The River's Warning. In a quaint village nestled along a river, life was simple and predictable. The river, wide and shimmering, was the heart of the village. It provided water for the crops, fish for meals, and a sense of peace for those who walked along its banks. The villagers called it the River of Life. One morning, something strange occurred. The river, usually calm, had turned murky, carrying dark sludge and litter in its flow. Fish floated lifeless on the surface, and a foul stench hung in the air. The villagers gathered in alarm, confused by the sudden change. An elder named Mara, who had lived by the river her entire life, stepped forward. "This isn't just a river," she said. "It's a mirror. It reflects what we give to it. If the river is sick, it's because of us." The villagers dismissed her words. "We haven't done anything to harm it," one man argued. "This is just nature." But Mara persisted. She walked along the river, observing where waste had been dumped and where chemicals from nearby fields had drained into the water. "The river has been warning us for years," she said, "but we were too blind to see." A young boy named Leo, curious and empathetic, decided to follow Mara. He watched as she collected samples of the water and tested it using tools she had kept from her youth. The results were shocking. The river was poisoned with toxins, many of which came from the village's own practices. Leo began to speak to his friends and neighbors. "We can fix this," he said. "If we change how we live, the river can heal." Some villagers mocked him. "A boy like you can't change the river," they sneered. But Leo didn't give up. He started by cleaning a small stretch of the riverbank, picking up trash and planting reeds to filter the water. Slowly, others joined him. Word spread, and soon the entire village was involved. They stopped dumping waste, switched to natural farming methods, and built systems to purify water before it flowed back into the river. Over time, the murkiness faded, and the river began to sparkle again. Fish returned, the air smelled fresh, and the villagers felt a renewed connection to the river of life. One evening, as the sun set over the restored water, Mara stood beside Leo and smiled. "You've taught us all an important lesson," she said. Leo looked out at the river. The river didn't need us to speak for it. It was speaking all along. We just needed to listen. The village thrived, but more importantly, it remembered. The river wasn't just a resource, it was a partner, a reflection of their choices. They had learned to live not as its masters, but as its caretakers.